After talking about the vendors, let's talk about data principal rights today. A quick video just looking at where can it go wrong if you have not properly implemented it. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you regularly see new content on data privacy. And as I said, we'll talk about handling data principal rights under the DPDP Act. DPDP has introduced 5 rights to the data principals. Data principals, the people whose personal data has been collected or is being processed. Processed means collected, stored, used, deleted, or third party sharing has been done. Right? What are these requests or rights that have been introduced? Right for them to access their personal data. User can come in and say, please show me what personal data you have. He may opt for a correction. He may opt even for an erasure. I want you to remove my data completely. Right? Slightly different from just withdrawing consent for a particular service or a part of service. Here he is saying, erase my data. That means I no longer want your organization to process my information for any service at all. Right? Nomination facility. Now, this is something which is unique with DPDP. DPDP says you can nominate anyone so that when you pass away, there is someone who is responsible to handle your personal data. That person can use the user rights of being a nominee and come up and say erase it. That's his choice. And grievance redressal, any concerns that a principal has can come back to the fiduciary and say this is the concern I have, and the fiduciary has to answer. So there has to be a good grievance redressal mechanism. Organizations must be able to respond properly to each of these. The operational challenge here is that when a request arrives, the teams get confused. Where is the data stored? Not everyone knows. Does everyone need to know it? Who owns the system? That becomes even more important. At least team should know who owns the system so that the request can be channelized. And of course, then decided who should respond to this request. Without any internal visibility, the responses become very, very difficult for anyone to handle. The hidden difficulty, personal data may exist across the organization, HR systems, CRM platforms, email archives, vendor systems, backup systems, personal data will exist everywhere. Right? Handling the request is a coordination activity. Why? Because you may have to talk to multiple departments. If someone comes up, his information is there with HR systems. Someone comes up, his information is there in the vendor system. Right? Backup is the only place where all the information would be there, but that's a backup copy, not the primary copy. A practical approach to this would be to set up a place where you intake all such requests with respect to user rights, with respect to grievance redressal. Have a responsible internal team, a basic response workflow, and avoid any confusions when the request comes in. Right? So, organization should prepare by defining that there's a smooth single point where the request comes in. That point knows whom to direct it. A basic response workflow should be there. Therefore, all that should help avoid any confusions when a request comes in. So, most important, rights request demonstrate your governance methods, and therefore it also becomes a testing ground for DPDP governance, and you need to be very, very careful about it. So that's about handling principal rights under DPDP. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.